These days, the internet is chock full with what seems like millions of videos on how to create the perfect minimalist wardrobe with tons of prescriptions and step-by-steps and formulas and charts and do this and don't do that and rules. But if you're like me and you absolutely hate formulas, prescriptions, and rules and want to just do things your way, but you're new to minimalism and don't really know where to start with that overstuffed closet of yours, today I have a video with one simple tip that can completely transform your wardrobe, your style, how you get dressed, and ultimately how you shop in the future that can make things much more simple and sustainable for you. So what is that tip? Versatility. Rather than ramble on about it for 20 minutes, I'm going to show you some real life examples of how I use versatility in my wardrobe so that even with such a tiny amount of things, I can get dressed for every single occasion and every single season. So let's go. Okay, so here is example number one. I'm studying to get my master's in international forestry, and it's a unique thing where I'm going to be needing to look professional and put together, but then also a lot of my time is going to be out in the field researching. So here's how I show going dressed down from research to dressed up. I've got this blouse here, which, by the way, it was secondhand. I got it from my aunt. I think it's older than me, but she never wore it, so it's in great condition. But this is something I would wear out in the field because it is comfortable and light and breathable, and it doesn't really wrinkle so much. It's a good material for that, and it protects me from the sun. Although right now in Vancouver, there's probably not going to be much sun, but you get the idea. I've got it paired with just some comfortable joggers. Again, breathable, comfy, moving. The point of this outfit is not to look necessarily sleek and put together, but to be functional when I'm out in the field for many, many hours studying and researching. Just have things that protect me from the elements and keep me comfortable. But what happens when I want to go to school? I've got the same blouse on here, but just styled a little bit differently. And then I swapped out the joggers for this sleek wide leg pant. Definitely a more put together look, and I'm using something that I was able to be out in the field in, but now it is styled to show up to class and feel like I'm a respectable human being. So school is done and it's time to go to dinner. Do I need a whole brand new outfit? Not necessarily. I swapped out the top for this beautiful blouse, which, by the way, I've had this for many, many years now. You don't always need to get a new top to feel fancy. You can put on something that you've had for 5-6 years, and your energy from the inside is what's going to make you feel beautiful, not necessarily having something new. But I have this beautiful blouse, and I have the same wide leg pants that I was wearing with the blouse to school. Versatile enough to be professional / business casual, if you will, but also dressed up for a sleek, sexy date night, no problem. Dinner is done and I've got my cozy sweater on to relax, but I am still wearing the same wide leg pants. The genius of these, they're Lululemon by the way, is that they have such a sleek design. I could wear them to my business casual events, but also to a sexy date night. But they are breathable and comfy and stretchy, so I can lounge in them as well or go on a long airplane flight in them. They are truly versatile and the perfect minimalist pant. Okay, here's a really quick example for you. This is clearly a summer top I'm not going to be wearing in the Canadian winters, but with a simple accessory, I can turn it into something I could wear for, say, late spring and early fall, and that is a neck warmer. This is of course designed for winter wear, to wear over turtleneck in the super cold weather, but I can also style it to just make a new outfit. Et voila! A little accessory will give me some warmth in some more chilly temperatures, but it also just elevates the piece to have a totally different look to it, which is super fun. Okay, let's talk outerwear for a second, because a lot of people have said, you're living in Canada, you're gonna need way more than you have, but here's my little hack for that. First of all, it's still summer here and it is still quite warm, but if it does get a little bit chilly, my go-to for that is this beautiful silk wrap. I've had this is one of the oldest things in my wardrobe. I've had this since 2006. It is almost 20 years old, but it's held up great. And the amazing thing about this, well, there's a couple amazing things other than the fact that it's beautiful, but I can wear it as a wrap like this. I can also wear it as a top on its own, so that's already some versatility. But one thing people don't realize when you're dressing for warmth is that they think the thicker the better, and in some circumstances and with types of clothing or the function that it's for, that can be true. But when you're layering, there's a lot of really thin materials that are actually way warmer than thicker ones. So that makes layering and packing and just getting dressed a lot less bulky and a lot easier. And this is one of them. It's actually, for being so thin, it is super warm. So that's been a total godsend for me for packing for colder climates. Okay, so what happens when it gets colder than that? Well, piece number 2 is this gorgeous jacket. It's short. The amazing thing about this, other than the fact, of course, that it's super cute, at least I think it is again, the versatility of it. It is Lululemon. I do have a lot of Lululemon. No, I'm obviously not sponsored. They're like a megalopolis company and I'm me, but it does fit with my lifestyle and style a lot. But this jacket is made from a material that is 100% moisture wicking and breathable, so I could easily wear this on a hike, work up a little sweat, no problem. But the design of it is so sleek and stylish that I could easily wear this out to dinner or to some sort of professional event and still feel styled and put together. Okay, so the snow and cold are here. How do I dress for that? Well, obviously I'd swap out the tank top for a long sleeve base layer, which I have. But instead of needing a whole nother mid layer, I just use the short jacket that I just showed you. It is thin and squishy enough, but super warm to be the perfect mid layer. And then I put it over this dream parka from Fjällräven. Some of you are probably wondering about footwear at this point, and well, I only have 2 pairs of shoes. Yes, that's right, 2 pairs of shoes. I have a sandal and a boot. And you may be wondering how I curate that for all these different occasions. Well, it's really quite simple. Is it summer? Is it warm? Then I'm wearing sandals, unless of course I'm going on a hike. And at all other points in the year, I'm wearing my boots. I'm a boot girl, it's just my style. And you may think, well, what if you're going to a fancy date night dinner? Well, I am in Canada and it's gonna be cold and raining, and high-heeled stilettos are just not really the vibe for that. I did have a pair of high heels that were falling apart from 8 weddings that I went to and danced like crazy. And will I let a pair of high heels back into my life in the future? It's likely so, but for at this point, while I'm just going to school and going to be in rainy Vancouver winter, the sandal and the boot will suffice for every occasion. I did take time picking those out. A lot of time, actually. I was on the hunt for the perfect one for a while, but both of them are such that A, they're comfortable, which is important to me, but B, they can be styled in such a way that you can dress them down or dress them up, so it really does fit all my needs. Okay, I've got one last example for you. This is the typical outfit that I would wear either on a hike or going to the gym. And if I am on a hike, I have another blouse here, lightweight, that I can throw on to protect myself from the sun and help stay cool. And I'm gonna pause briefly here to give a quick shout out, not to my sponsor because I have no sponsors, but to my friends, Ian and Rachel. Friends, if you're watching, I love you dearly. This is actually a shirt I got from them as they just shipped off to Japan and had to let go of most of their belongings. And no, this is not Rachel's shirt. This is actually Ian's shirt. It's a dude shirt, but I love the way it fits on me. And they have an amazing social media platform and channel on TikTok and Instagram called Rachel's Room. That's Rachel's with an S_room. They put out incredible videos, literally the coolest editing I have ever seen. It's so much cooler than my videos that I put out, but they have an awesome message about sustainability in style. And I got this secondhand from them. I had been wanting a white blouse, but I got this for free, which is always so much better for the environment. So check out their videos if you're interested in thrifting and or finding sustainable brands and just curating an awesome eclectic style that's truly yours without doing damage to the planet. Okay, it's time to go to a meeting, and I've got that same white blouse, but I just styled a little bit differently here. Nice and professional, clean, put together, simple, easy, ready to go. Okay, meeting is over and it's time to go have some fun around town. I have this flirty little turtle crop top paired with the same leggings I was wearing earlier to the meeting. Quick, easy change for a fun outfit. Let's say I want to feel a little bit more conservative. Maybe I'm going to dinner with Dad and the family, or I just want a little bit more warmth. I can grab that kimono you saw earlier, pair it with a belt, and we've got another fun look. And I can even be playful with my winter accessories to give it a whole nother vibe as well. That's it for today, my friends. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments if this sparked some inspiration for you and you feel ready to take on a simpler and more streamlined wardrobe that is better for yourself, your life, and the planet. And other than that, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Keep finding simplicity and keep living your truth.